And then following his remarks, we'll have Q&A. If we can keep the game questions here, if you have those more in depth, or some of those longer things, we'll just do those in the hall. Everybody ready? TV, you ready back there? Coach, your thoughts on the game?
First, I want to congratulate Doug Craig. Woodson had a tremendous year, and you can put an asterisk by it, possibly with Will being hurt tonight. It definitely affected the game, both positive and negative for both teams at times. But I think that Doug just did a hell of a job with his team. They're great players, they're great kids, that's a great program. When you get into these games, you want to have a challenge and you want to have a fight, and there's not a better coach to fight against than Doug Craig. He does an amazing job.
Questions? Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. This team enters the halftime with 5-point deficit. I know we kind of talked about just this group not having a ton of experience actually playing the state final despite coming back from last year. How did you see them just kind of settle into that game in the third quarter? And you started the third quarter on an 8-0 run. Just how important was that to get that win?
I mean, I'm not telling any secrets here. We talked all week, and if Merrick was going to play well, we were going to have a shot. And Merrick decided not to play well in the first half. And in the second half, he came out and he really contributed, and other guys started struggling. We do have, with these two seniors, guys who, 4-year guy, 3-year guy, who have been through ups and downs. So I think in the third quarter, the halftime talk, we pointed out the flaws, and there wasn't a need to really go over the top and hammer this group. They knew a lot of it was on them. So I think about them having the mental toughness, being through the things they've been through, to kind of consistently start playing, I'm not going to say better basketball, but smarter basketball on both ends of the floor. And then again, X factor with Fredo's going to take his visa and deport him. So, that second half was huge for Merrick to step up for us.
Merrick, for you in the third quarter, what was different besides the fouls in the first half that got you going to really, so you were playing more free in that third quarter? Talk about that if you can.
Yeah, to be honest, it was kind of just remembering, why I'm here, and, I can't have those bad moments if we're going to win games, so I kind of just read through text on my phone from my mom, and she was just telling me, you need to calm down, and I thought I played a lot calmer in the second half, didn't force too much.
So you got a text from your mother, is that what you
Yeah.
At halftime, so she was watching the game?
Yeah, she was watching the game in New Zealand.
Wow, okay.
Stay in the VHS network.
Mike, you talked a bit about just the kind of pressure of last year and that group, getting through and winning that state title. This group, just how have you seen them develop over the course of the year? I know we've talked about it a lot, but to just see them celebrate in those moments at the end of the game, what did that kind of mean to you?
Amazing, because last year was relief. I didn't know it at the time, but last year was relief with all the pressure. This year's joy, and I am a very hard coach to play for. And I kick them more than I hug them, but when I hug them, it really counts. And to see guys who, minus this one, went from role players to stars at roles, again, buckets, quietly just does everything right. Quietly does everything right. And CJ Kimmer and Alexander, guys who just quietly do what they're supposed to do. And to watch this group grow from what we saw in the fall, through the wins, even though they were ugly and weren't clean, to get to this game with this group of kids, it's amazing. I actually think I was happy out there. It was weird. I smiled and I kind of got into the moment a little bit because these kids have earned it, and they didn't just come out here and get hot. What a damn dogfight that was tonight. So hats off to them, man. Late in the game, we'll say, Damon, Coach Johnson, how can I mess this up? Well, you can coach them. Well, I'm going to stop coaching them then. So to watch these kids do what I didn't think they could do, it's humbling. It's humbling. I'd almost get emotional if I was a robot. So.
Jordan, was there you missed 3 shots, that's it, in the second half. Was there a kind of let's get to the rim? You only took as a team, 7 3-pointers. Was that kind of part of your strategy?
Yeah, definitely. I was getting told at halftime and before the game a little bit to stop settling and get to the rim. I know I hit my first 3 and then didn't hit one after that, and I had a few mid-ranges that were in and out, kind of short, and I knew I could get by them, so I stopped settling for the mid-ranges and 3s and posted up and got by, no lights.
Mike, I noticed in that third quarter on the broadcast, I made a comment that it looked like you had Merrick bring the ball up a lot, and at times Jordan moving Alec off the point, which kind of gave them a problem because it actually got them free for one-on-one from the top. That move, and then the second move, and Jordan, you just kind of alluded to it. Instead of popping those shots from the outside, you moved him more to the elbow area and at times dove into the post to post up, and it seemed like caused problems. Were those two by design, or they just kind of float into that?
I would say a little bit of both. You know, we talked all week about getting him multiple touches early and kind of trying to make him a vacuum for their defense. And that will allow certain matchups where, you know, Toshi can get a little on him inside and bully him. Merrick can get the big to switch and then get downhill. And the more Jordan touches the ball, the more eyes are over here, over here, over here, over here. And that allows other guys to make plays. So design, sort of, good basketball players, mostly.
Merrick, the other question I would ask you, see your mom text you. Are you sure Coach didn't say anything at halftime that kind of lit a fire under you? 'Cause I know at times you can get a little hot.
Yeah, nah, he was actually
calm.
very calm. He was very calm, just telling me, to calm down and make the right play.
Toshi, what's different about this state championship? I know your role's increased from last year, from your perspective. What's different about this year's championship game?
I would say like last year we had a lot more players being able to contribute compared to this year. We knew coming into this game that we weren't going to be sitting that much and that we had to give it our all considering it's our last game.
Playing alongside both Merrick and Jordan, how does that make your role all the easier and for you all handling the ball as the guards? What's it like playing alongside those two guys and their talents?
I just want to get them open looks. I want to help them out as much as possible. They're the scorers. I need to do my role in helping them score.
For both the seniors, there have been a lot of great players and great teams to come through this program and come up just short of a state title. What does it mean to leave this place with back-to-back state titles and kind of in the way you guys did it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something special. Doesn't happen all the time, and we've been consistent throughout the past 4 years that I've been here. First 2 years made to the Final Four. Past 2 years won the state championship, and just being able to play with different guys, all 4 years, different seniors graduated, different classes, all them passing down knowledge that was get to this point. I think it's really special.
Dominic with Sports Blood 757. I just have a question. I was watching our last game kind of against Lansdowne over the course of the season, really. But the second half, when your opponents seem to it's like a reset for them. Y'all come out and y'all just seem to it's like the momentum carries over from the second half. Is it adjustments or is just is that just how it goes for y'all as the game goes on? Y'all just it gets more consistent. You figuring it out.
I think it was a little bit of both. I think after halftime, we were settled down, the lights dimmed for us a little bit, and we started playing South Lakes basketball. We started getting stops on defense, turning them over, getting out in transition, and they weren't getting as clean looks as they were in the first half.
Jordan, your scoring ability is obviously very good. With that being said, you also had 5 blocks tonight. I mean, that you weren't letting them have anything in the post. Would you say that defense is the best part of your game, or would it still be the scoring?
I think it's a pretty good part of my game. Obviously here at South Lakes we like defense. And Des always told me, don't take a charge. Or not don't take a charge, but this year just go block it. Because when I try to take a charge, it doesn't work. Tells me just go block it. So I just try to go block it. And I know I have to play smart, so I didn't want to try to swing at everything, have to wall up a few times, try to get a jump or just hit out of bounds. There were a few times I thought I did that, but I thought the refs thought otherwise a little bit. But definitely being like that rim protector is really valuable to our team.
When did you know Lubaga wasn't playing? Did that influence your strategy at all at some point?
So last night I got a text from a number not on my phone, and it said no, it wasn't playing. And I go, oh, that's clever, thanks, And then I got a text from a coach, another coach, and then one of our parents, one of our sophomores texted me, so I called Doug. And Doug didn't pick up, and I just texted him. I said, hey man, I hope what I heard is not true. It is sad for a senior to not get an opportunity to play in the state title game that he helped get there too. Strategy-wise, like I said at the beginning, there was positives and negatives to it. You know, the positive part was it's one less big body they had to throw out there defensively. The negative, now you know Kalen, who's gonna be the next great Nova kid. He's going to be asked to do more, and he's dangerous, and Theo is dangerous. So you have this great backcourt, you know, a senior leader who can score and has had great games, and this young superstar that the game has finally slowed down to. You would rather them give it up than make plays for themselves or others. So it was definitely negative, positive, negative, positive.
Anything else?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jordan, being a four-year varsity player, a lot of expectations on you, especially being the son of two South Lakes legends. What does your final high school game mean to you, and what does this program mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, being born and raised in Reston, going to the basketball camps as a kid, always being in the gym watching the girls and boys play, and having two parents that have been around for a really long time. It's something really special. Obviously, last year we got one, and we made history, and this year we got another one, which set the bar even higher for the next teams to come. So it's been a great 4 years. It'll be good when I get home, reflect a little bit, and kind of really think of it.
I want to say, and someone's going to fact check, I wish Coach Cincinnati was in here. That was his 102nd win at South Lakes. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, 102nd win.
You guys good?
Is that a lot?
Is your 102nd win too? Probably more.
This is going to sound so egotistical, but I only know this because Coach Cincinnati is always in me about it. He thinks that's 136 and 19.
I think that's right. Sounds about right.
So I have really good players at South Lakes. Really good.
You guys good?
Yep.
Thanks.